I was born in Bogota, in the capital of Colombia. My family is from the south, from a town that is called Tarqui. That's where my mom comes from and my grandma. And that's where I spend most of my vacation times. Most of my family will have farms. In every single vacation, my uncle had a different task for me and my cousin that was very close to me. We will do something like helping with the cuajada, which is like a cheese that we will take and we'll prepare from the raw milk. Other vacations, he decided that he wanted to do antennas for satellite antennas, because the satellite TV became popular. So we became the workers of doing these satellite antennas, and we were going around town selling antennas. While I was at school, I was at the big city. So it was, life was different in the big city. The pace is faster. I wanted to study something that was considered a good career. So I decided to go for electrical engineering. Part of it was a little bit of a challenge. It was a career that was mainly male predominant. And it was this undertone that women will not be good enough for it. So I wanted to prove them wrong. Going out of college, I went to work. I work in Colombia. I got an opportunity to start traveling. That was part of a dream that I have. I wanted to know the world, and I wanted to know many other places. I went to Japan to study there for a while. I stayed 4 months there. I had a friend in Minnesota, and when I went to Japan, coming back from Japan, I came to visit my friend here. And she told me about an English program here in St. Cloud, where I live right now. I came to study English, to this English program. And while I was here in this English program, I thought, when I finished with the English program, I thought that I wanted to have more relationships with people that were not learning English. The result of that is that you feel completely lonely and isolated and homesick. I spent countless hours at the library, in internet, talking to people back home and crying every day. I met somebody that from Ecuador in San Clara State, and they were interested in making a student club with Latino people, and I said, okay, yes, I'm in. And then we have this group of friends in college where we got to be very close, and it was very, it was like my family in the United States back in college. And that was actually one of the magic things that United States had to offer, and is that you can meet people from any corner in the world. Different to my experience in Colombia, where we were all Colombians mostly. Through that time, I met the person that is my husband now. And so I think that changed things a little bit. So there was an idea. So we got married, and I decided to stay in St. Cloud. He's from St. Cloud. We bought a house, and we started renovating the house. I thought about my uncle, that he couldn't come. I thought about wanted my uncle to see my house and see what I was doing and what I was working in. And at that moment was when I realized that I have moved. This wasn't another trip. One other thing that we have in common with my husband is a deep love for nature. And I think that that's probably from my time being at the farm. Colombia has 3 chain mountains where most of the people live. So my life was among mountains. It was quite shocking coming to Minnesota and not seeing any mountain. The mountains are a really, really important part of my life. It just lifts me up. Mountains are a wonder of nature to remind humans that we are very, very little and not as significant as we believe we are. Trees do a little bit of that for me. I like big trees because of the same reason. I am quite active in this area as a volunteer or through my work. I have been active in my church. Now I'm also running to be a board member of the school district. In every part of my life and my volunteer work, it seems like I'm also advocating for integration or with immigrants. When you move from your homeland to another country, your heart gets broken in two. And you always have one foot there, one foot here. I think that we will have divided heart, but it's not a pulling heart. It's a heart that has room for both.